The girl everyone called a freak walked into school with blood dripping from her jacket. I was the only one who didn't run. Her name was Marisol. Half the school didn't know that. They just called her the Ghost because she wore the same gray hoodie every day, sat alone, and never spoke unless a teacher forced her to. Not because she was rude, because every time she'd ever spoken, someone had turned it into a joke. I watched it happen for 3 years. Freshman year, someone filled her locker with trash and filmed her opening it. Sophomore year, a rumor went around that she lived in her mom's car, and instead of sympathy, it became a punchline. People would jingle car keys at her in the hallway. Junior year, a group chat existed just to post pictures of her taken without her knowing. Teachers saw plenty. Teachers did nothing. I wasn't her friend. I want to be honest about that. I never defended her, never sat with her. My entire contribution to her life was this. Once, when her books got knocked out of her hands, I picked them up. She whispered thank you, like the word was out of practice. Another time, I told a guy jingling keys at her to grow up. That's it. That was the whole resume. I didn't know those 2 moments were the reason she'd trust me on the worst morning of her life. It was a Tuesday in November. I was at my locker when the screaming started near the east entrance, then running, then the specific sound of a crowd deciding something is dangerous, that low roar of panic. I grabbed a kid sprinting past. What's going on? The ghost girl. There's blood all over her. She did something. She's got something in her jacket. I looked down the hall. The crowd was emptying in both directions, and in the middle of the cleared space stood Marisol, frozen, hunched over something bundled inside her half-zipped jacket, and there was blood, real blood, soaked down her sleeve, dripping from her cuff onto the tile. Somebody yelled, "She finally lost it," like they'd been waiting, like the ending they'd written for her years ago had finally arrived. A teacher was shouting into the office phone. Kids had their cameras out, filming from behind the trophy case, and Marisol just stood there, shaking, cradling her jacket, tears cutting down her face. She didn't look dangerous. She looked like someone begging the world, one more time, not to assume the worst. I walked toward her, slow, hands where she could see them. "Marisol, hey, it's me. What happened?" Her eyes locked onto mine, and I watched her recognize me. Book guy, key guy, and something in her unclenched half an inch. "Nobody would stop," she said, voice cracking. I kept asking for help and everybody just ran. Help with what? She unzipped her jacket. Inside, wrapped in her gray hoodie sleeve, was a dog. A small, filthy, trembling terrier mix with a badly gashed leg, bleeding through the fabric she'd wrapped around it. It had been hit near the crosswalk 2 blocks from school. Everyone else had walked past it. Marisol, the girl with no friends, no lunch table, no benefit of the doubt, had taken off her only jacket in November, wrapped a bleeding stray, and carried it toward the only building she knew that had adults and a phone. "It was crying," she said, like that explained everything. And honestly, it did. "Okay," I said, "we've got this. Come on." I walked her to the front office myself, past 100 phones, my hand on her shoulder. The secretary saw the dog and went pale, with shame, not fear. The vet clinic was called. The dog survived. 11 stitches. Here's the part that still makes me angry. The school tried to write Marisol up anyway, causing a campus disruption. A girl saves a dying animal, and the paperwork blamed her for other people's panic. So I went to the principal's office and laid out 3 years. The locker, the keys, the group chat, with screenshots kids had sent me by then, because suddenly everyone wanted to be on the right side of the story. I told her the write-up disappears, or the whole history goes to the district and the news. The write-up disappeared. The video of Marisol carrying that dog went around anyway, but this time the caption war flipped. By Friday, she wasn't the ghost. She was the girl who stopped. She adopted the terrier, named him Tuesday. We're actual friends now. Last week she sent me a video, one of the key jingling guys, working the register at the pet store, ringing up Tuesday's food. He recognized her, went red, said nothing. Marisol just jingled her keys once, picked up the bag, and walked out.